Hello and welcome to lesson 2 of week 3. Yesterday we talked about tessellation. I hope you guys did some fantastic exploration into tessellation. Today we're going to have a look at symmetry. Now, symmetry is a fascinating aspect. Basically what symmetry means in mathematics terms is when you put a line, I'm putting it vertical but there's lots of lines of symmetry, that the parts left over have the same properties, they look the same. So if I were to put a line down the middle of my face, both sides would be exactly the same. And that would be one line of symmetry, and that would be the vertical line of symmetry. Now, all shapes have lines of symmetry. All letters in the alphabet have lines of symmetry. And the way you find them out is that you put a line down vertical, diagonal, horizontal, and you find out if they're all the shapes that are left over look exactly the same, then that shape has those lines of symmetry. Now, today you can also use the shape tool that we used in lesson 1. The link is below. And the idea of that is to try and make a tessellated pattern with symmetrical aspects to it. So a line straight down the middle. So today's learning intention is we are learning to identify and apply a line of symmetry. And that line today is a vertical line. Now, the success criteria for it is I can recognize and apply a vertical line of symmetry. I can determine the properties of symmetry in designing an image with more than one element. I can create symmetrical patterns with both regular and irregular shapes. Now, the difficulties that you might come across in working with symmetry are that you might think that something's equal, but there might be aspects that aren't equal. All regular shapes, squares, triangles, rectangles, pentagons, hexagons, octagons, they all have the same number of symmetrical lines as the number of sides and angles that they have. Irregular shapes, that's different, and we'll explore that in a later class. The language that you might come across today, symmetry, when two or more parts are identical once you've placed a line down them or across them. Polygon shape, regular, all angles are the same. Irregular, all angles are of different sizes. Again, when you're moving the shapes around, you might translate, which is to slide. You might flip, which is a reflection. Or you might rotate, which is to turn. So, watch this video, go onto Shape Tool, create symmetrical designs. Now, there's also a couple of other aspects, and that's the 3-star activities. The reason I put 3-star activities, the reason that Julia and I have decided on 3-star activities is that they give students different points of access to access the understanding of symmetry. Star activity number 1 is to create a symmetrical design on Shape Tool, the application. Take a JPEG, take a picture, and upload it to me. Star activity 2 is to look for company logos, and I've attached the target company logo. What is the line of symmetry in that? And can you find 4 or 5 others that have lines of symmetry? So when you cut it in half, both sides have exactly the same properties. And star activity 3, have a go at an MC Escher inspired tessellation or picture, which also includes symmetry. So a good way of doing that is to put a mirror into the middle of the picture that you've drawn, and looking at either side, you can see that they're both symmetrical. Exactly the same things happen on either side. Questions that I want you to investigate. How did you work it out that way? What did you learn as a mathematician when you were exploring symmetry? How do you know that your answer is correct? What was interesting about the activity today? Another fun thing to do, which I think some of you might like to do, is to actually take pictures of people in your family and then draw a symmetrical line, a vertical line down the middle of their heads, and see if you can see whether their faces are symmetrical. And if they make faces in different aspects, you can see whether they're not symmetrical. Have a fantastic time, enjoy yourself. If you've got any questions, send them to me and I'll try and answer them for you. Take care, all the best. Thank you.